All right, welcome class. Welcome to English 1022. I am your instructor, Gordy Pushner, and I am going to be your instructor for the next roughly 16 weeks. So, congratulations on being here. I think we're going to have a great time. So let's just get right into it. Let me give you kind of a guided tour of our classroom, D12, some of my expectations, the syllabus, and some of the stuff that we're going to be going over. So let's take a look at that a little bit. Here's the home page when you come to our class. The home page is going to have updates, announcements, some directions that I'm going to give to you sometimes in the beginning of the week and throughout the week. So I expect that you'll check our D12 class often, and that there will be any directions that I give here. Sometimes if I forget to do something, or if I forget to add information in an assignment or a weekly overview or something like that, I'll post it here as well. So make sure to check the home page here throughout the week as we go throughout the class. So okay, let's go on to content, which is where we'll find the course materials for this class. For example, under week 1 materials, which will be this week, you have syllabus, a week 1 assignments overview. I'll do this every week. I'll give exactly what I want you to do, when it's due, where I want you to put it, any other directions on assignments and stuff like that. Then any of the other readings or materials that you need are going to be listed here as well. So this is the week 1 materials. I have some of the week 2 stuff up already as well. So this is some of the stuff that you're going to have to read, some PowerPoints I want you to read through as well. It looks scary, but it really isn't, so it's not that bad. So this is, make sure you read this very carefully, that you go through it, that you look at the overview and you read it carefully before you ask me any questions and stuff like that. So alright, again, syllabus is right there, and we'll go over that. You can read and go over that later as well. All right, the other part of the D2 online class is discussions. We have general chit chat. The water cooler can be if you saw a cool movie and you want to tell people about it, or if you got a car for sale or something like that. You can post stuff there. There's a help me room in case you have any questions. I will answer it, or if anybody else wants to answer it, you can certainly do that. Help each other out, that's good. Then for the first week here, we're going to do the getting to know you, where you're just going to introduce yourself to the class. I already have mine in there, and I expect that you will respond to each other as well throughout the week. And then week 1 discussions will also be here. Discussions for this online class will be very important. For the first week here, you're going to have to participate in 4 days with 4 posts on each of those days, so a total of 16 posts that you need to put in the week 1 discussions. That's all explained in the week 1 materials if you want to go back to content. So we'll also be doing small group stuff later, not this first week, but probably week 2 we'll start on that. So again, we'll be doing weekly discussions here. Not every week we'll do discussions, but most weeks in the beginning here we probably will. So this is a very important part of our class. The Dropbox, of course, is where you're going to drop off any assignments or essays that you do for this class. Grades, you can click on that to find out what your grades are and stuff like, and keep current on your grades and all of that as well. So grades, Dropbox, discussion content are going to be the most important things that we're going to do. Let me go back to discussions quick. In a couple of these rooms, what is poetry and elements of poetry? For this first week, I have a couple PowerPoints in there, so you can read or look through the PowerPoint there, or you can go back to content. In content, I have those PowerPoints as well. Also in discussions, I have some poems I'm going to have you read there, and I have some of those poems reposted or re-uploaded here as well, in case for some reason you can't open them. So just know that some of this I double up on just in case something doesn't work. So keep that in mind. What else? Well, let's take a look at some of the books that we're going to do for this class. The first book that we're going to do is Billy Collins' sailing around the room. So we'll read this. We're not going to probably read the whole thing, but we'll get through quite a bit of it. So this will be the first book that we're going to do for this class. We are tackling poetry. I know that sounds scary and all that, but it's not going to be. Billy Collins is a great poet. He was actually here last year at Century College. He was poet laureate. A very well-known poet, and I find him very enjoyable to read, and I think you'll find him very accessible and easy to read in some cases. The other book that we're going to read for this class is Brave New World. I have another 1022 class that I'm teaching, and they are reading Fahrenheit 451. But you guys, my online class, are reading Brave New World. So if you got Fahrenheit 451, you can return it because we're not doing that one. We're doing Brave New World, and we'll start on this about week 10 or 11. Going back a little bit with the poetry, the first about 6 or 7 weeks we're going to do poetry for this class, and then we'll do short story and fiction for the rest of the class. Throughout this first 4 weeks, we'll do an essay around week 3 or 4, and then we'll do kind of a wiki poet website where you're gonna create a website for a poet, and I'll talk more about that later around week 5 or 6. So those are the two main things that are coming up. We're going to read poems, we're going to discuss them, we're going to do some reading assignments with them, some small assignments. And then the two main things here in the first 7 weeks will be you're going to do a poem analysis essay, and then you're going to do a poet wiki website, which will be a small group project as well. So I'll talk more about that a little bit later, but just to let you know some of the things that is going to be coming up. What else for this class? I guess, if you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to email me or put it in the help room of discussions. There is a phone number for my office. You can leave a message there. So if you ever need help, please, by all means, ask me. That's what I'm here for. But, make sure that you read through the stuff and content and the directions carefully before you ask me questions, because sometimes people tend to skim over that stuff real quick without looking over that as well. So I'm really excited. I haven't done poetry as the first part of a class. Normally I like to do fiction first, but this time I'm changing it. We're going to do poetry first. I'm really excited about it. I do like poetry. I know some people dread it, but I think you'll find that you're going to like it a lot. I definitely enjoy teaching it. So with that, I guess I'll sign off here. And again, if you have any questions or anything confusing comes up here in this first week, definitely let me know. And I'll definitely see you and talk to you guys a little bit later. All right.